Good morning, Year 2. For our next lesson in Lila and the Rain, we're going to be having a look at what Lila does to try and make the sky rain. So I want you to have a think, maybe jot some notes. I'll talk to the adult that you're with, if you're with one. What's happened in our story so far? We know it's a fiction story, it's a made-up story, but things like this do actually happen. So what has happened? Maybe pause the video and have a little chat. So, hopefully, in your little chat or your notes, you've talked about how so far in the story, Lila's village has not seen rain for a very long time. The sun just beats down really, really hot every day. The sun is so hot, they can't collect firewood. It's too hot to milk the cows. It's too hot to weed the gardens. It's so hot that the wells that are full of water have dried up. The crops are failing. And without all this, there will be no life. So Layla and the rest of the village are desperate for water and for the rain to come. So what we're going to be thinking about today is what Layla could do to get the rain to come. And if you remember, her grandfather had said he once met somebody who said you have to climb a really tall mountain and tell the sky a story. So let's see what she does. Lila listened very carefully to what her grandfather said. The following morning, when the sun was still asleep, Lila left the village and set off to find the highest mountain she could. She walked and walked, and at last she found herself at the foot of a very tall mountain. Lila began to climb higher and higher. When Lila reached the top of the mountain, she began to tell the sky the saddest things she knew. So, what I want you to do first of all today in your pack, labelled Monday the 25th, which is today, I want you to find that sheet. And it looks, so you can see it a little bit better on the screen, like that. And what it says is, what else could Lila do to make it rain? And it says, I think she might. So what do you think Lila might do to make it rain? We've heard that Grandad said to tell a sad story. So what sad story might she tell? What would you tell the sky to make it rain? So you could put, I think she might tell the sky a sad story. She could say, she woke up on Christmas morning and there was no presents. That's sad. She could say she woke up and she noticed she had a big splinter in her toe. That's quite sad. What could she say that would make the sky so sad it might rain, it might cry? Maybe pause the video, have a think, and then jot your notes on this sheet. What is a sad story perhaps she could tell? Maybe yours isn't a sad story. You might put, I think she might get a long stick and poke the sky to try and make the raindrops come out. You've got to think, and you can't be wrong. It's your imagination. So pause the video, have a think what Lila might do to make it rain. Fill in these two boxes, and then you can press play on the video again, and I'll read the rest of this little bit of the story, okay? Okay, so hopefully you've paused my talking and you've filled in your first sheet. I look forward to hearing your ideas. You could take a picture of your work and put it on Seesaw, or just keep it in your pack and bring it back in 2 weeks and we'll look over it then. Let's have a look what she did before we have a look at the next bit of that sheet. So let's go back to our story and see what happened next. First, she told of the time her brother cut his leg whilst chasing a chicken in the village. That is quite sad, isn't it? Then she told of the time she burned her finger while helping her mum cook. On and on Lila went, telling the sky the saddest things she knew. At the end of each of these, she looked to the sky for a sign of rain, but the sky remained blue and the sun still shone very brightly. I wonder how she's feeling. Think about how she might be feeling. I think she might be super upset because it's not doing what she wants it to do. It's still beating down really hard. Lila began to cry. What can I do? She said to the sky. It's too hot to collect firewood. It's too hot to weed. It's too hot to milk the cow. The well is dry and the crops are failing. Without crops, there will be no food. Without food, the people in the village will become sick. Without water, there can be no life. Everything on the mountain was silent. Nothing could be heard except the sound of Lila's weeping. Weeping is a really good word for crying. Then a breeze began to blow, and the dust around Lila's feet started to dance. Clouds began to fill the sky like flocks of white birds, slowly blocking out the sun's scorching rays. I like how the authors put scorching to show you that it was absolutely boiling. The clouds grew darker and darker, filling with Lila's sadness, until the sky was ebony with emotion. What a good word. Ebony means black. So it's showing that the sky has gone so black. It's so upset. It's really dark. I wonder what's going to happen. Suddenly, a flash of lightning tore across the sky. Good word. So it quickly comes across. And a loud roar of thunder echoed around the mountain. So it echoed, you could hear it again and again, bouncing against the other rocks. Lila felt the gentle touch of a raindrop on her foot. So it slowly at first, then another and another, until the ground was awash with tears of rain. How do you think Lila felt? I think she felt ecstatic. I think she felt so happy her wish had come true. I like how the author has built it up slowly and slowly until it was all awash with tears. I don't think that the sky really was crying, but tears of rain make you think there's lots and lots of sad raindrops. Lila's joyfully lifted up her hands to the crying sky, for each raindrop felt like one of her mama's kisses. I think it says that because Mama's kisses make you feel happy and safe, and the rain had finally made her feel happy and she knew they were going to be safe. As fast as she could, Lila ran down the mountain. I'm going to stop reading the story there, and I want you to look back at your sheet and you're going to fill in the second part. That looks like this. It says, find words and phrases. Phrases are just 2 or 3 words that tell us it is going to rain. So you're going to write in each bubble words in that story that show the rain is going to come. Okay, so let's have a look at the text and jot them down together. So we're looking for words that shows the rain is going to come. So I think the first one, and you can pause my video if you'd like. It says, a breeze began to blow. So if a breeze begins to blow, usually the weather's changing and rain could follow. So maybe you could write, a breeze began to blow. What about this one? Clouds began to fill the sky. That often tells me rain's going to come. Clouds began to fill the sky. I can see it on my story. You can pause the video. Have another look. Maybe pause me and find some other words that show it's going to rain. I'll move it down a little bit. What about slowly blocking out the sun? That shows black clouds are going in front of the sun. How about the clouds grew darker and darker until the sky was filled with ebony? Let's have a look if there's any more. I want you to have a look. Maybe pause the video. Have a look at this. Can you find any before I go over mine? What about suddenly a flash of lightning tore across the sky? You could write that bit. A loud roar of thunder. A gentle touch of raindrop. So I found 8 there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And there's 8 circles. There's more you could find, but you can use my 8 if you like. Pause the video, keep going back and forth and writing those in your sheet. That looks like that. Okay? I look forward to looking at your work. Enjoy.